I have another very unique card set here to show you. Some trading cards that came with some audio cassette tapes. You know, audio cassette tapes you could listen to is like a story on the tape. You know tape? Back in my day, we had tapes. And you'd play, instead of a CD, what do you mean what's a CD? You don't know what a CD is either? I actually forget how you open the tape. Oh, the button. You put your tape inside and play the tape. Anyway, I don't know why I brought this. Let's not play the tape. But anyway, they came with the little cassette tape with the stories, but there's a pack of cards. So you had to get the tape to get the cards with 3D audio. What? So we'll go through all the sets that came with some audio tapes. Nice package with the Green Ranger here, but I just have the cards here. So as we saw through the package, we have Austin St. John autographed kind of studio picture, looking pretty awesome as the Red Ranger here. So these have really nice pictures of the Rangers, and then it has this nice border, very fittingly themed, kind of like the Morph electricity. So that's what makes a really great card set. And not a lot of text on the back. You get kind of two pictures. There's a little bit of text, but it's like a quiz. What spell did the slippery shark cast on Jason and Tommy? Do you know? He turned Jason and Tommy into enemies. Episode 56. So we get to do a little quiz as we look through these. Be ready to answer. I think that's what really makes a cool card is the theming and everything, and then we're also getting two images on these, so it's a really good set. But remember, we got Red Ranger already here, so... And speaking of Tommy, Jason David Frank autograph. Of course, these are just printed autographs. They're not all like real autograph cards or anything. But I do just like the picture that you have the helmet off, holding the helmet in costume. Looks like they're in the command center for the pictures. So again, just really cool seeing these pictures I don't really get to see very often. I've never seen them around. The cool border, and then here he is on the back. Seems to be caught in a net of some sort. In what episode did Zordon restore Tommy's powers? Can you remember the episode? Return of an Old Friend, Part 2, Episode 50. At least the trivia is actually about the show. Some of the other card sets were just like, what's the sixth planet in the solar system? Like, what's that got to do with Power Rangers? Looking awesome. Of course, there's the All-American Shield, of course, as well. So we have a really great studio card photo of Tui Trang as Trini, Yellow Ranger. Doesn't have the kind of neck piece connecting the suit and the helmet, so you kind of get to see like the seam and edge there of the costume. Again, these are just like awesome pictures for these cards. Great look again with everything. And horizontal for the back, fighting some putties. Pretty cool there. Why did Rita kidnap Trini's uncle, Howard? Why did she? Well, let's see there. To get his invisibility formula. Episode 29. Okay, definitely do not remember any of these. It's been a while. I did recently watch like the Japanese show that they got all the footage from. So I'm a little fuzzier on the Power Ranger lore at the moment. But freaking awesome card. Getting all the Rangers with this like helmet off awesome look. I'm kind of loving it. And the fourth and final card, we got the big group shot in the command center. Green Ranger with the full team. Looks pretty cool. They can see their big crazy draft neck. I don't know why they had such a thicker like white neck piece in the American costumes, but you can definitely tell this isn't a picture from the Japanese footage because it's in that American set, the command center. So pretty cool, at least you get a group shot with all the Rangers right there. And here's all of them in a scene, unmorphed there in the command center. On the back, who was the very first monster the Power Rangers ever fought? Okay, well, depends on the criteria. It's going to say Goldar from episode 1. I mean, they did kind of fight the putty, I guess, first, but it doesn't count, I guess. Oh well. But anyway, that's the 4 cards that comes with the On Fins and Needles audio book. Every time you'd buy one of these, those were the 4 cards. There wasn't any random element to it. And this was released October of 1994, as was our next set, the Island of Illusion audio tape, that also had 4 cards included. And we'll start with the best one, of course, of Bulk and Skull covered in mud. At least they got the autographs and stuff too. I mean, not sure why they picked this particular photo where they were covered in mud, but I also kind of love the choice as well. Looking awesome, guys. And so on the back, though, is like a weird one where they're wearing all white and they have like angel costumes. I do not recall this, but that's about what the question is down below. In whose illusion did Bulk and Skull appear as angels? I don't know. Throw your guess out. Kimberly's Illusion, episode 26. Wow, that's fairly early on. Angel, Bulk and Skull, and Mud Bulk and Skull for the card. The best card. Speaking of Amy Jo Johnson, we got her Kimberly Pink Ranger card in costume at the command center. Pretty cool. And on the back, kicking some putties in the trachea. It looks like he's getting killed. Now we got the trivia question. In what episode did Rita put a spell on Kimberly's drink? Ugh, that's a little... Power Rangers Punks, episode 21. Is that when she turned all bad, I guess? You know, in the Japanese show, when they turned the blue and pink rangers bad, they literally murdered people. There's my trivia question. But anyway, the Pink Ranger card with the Island of Illusion cassette tape. And we have a White Ranger pick. It's one I think I've seen a lot, and then they just keep putting different borders around it. I think I've seen this on some other ones. It's just siding the White Ranger. I guess I don't know if there was supposed to be more mystery at some point behind that one or what. But I think I've seen that pick before, just a different background. But it's cool to get it in this set as well. I think this is another incredibly common picture of the White Ranger too. What is the name of the White Ranger's staff? Well, you mean his sword? And it's a little printed crappy, but I think they're trying to say Saba. So, not sure why they're calling it a staff. But perhaps details were fuzzy early on with the White Ranger. I don't know. There's that. And Lord Zedd himself, showing off his ripped abs because he does not wear skin. And another pick on the back with the trivia question, how do you destroy Lord Zedd's putties? Remove the head or destroy the brain. No, I'm just kidding. Hit him in their Z spot. Ha ha ha. Somehow that's harder, even though they have an automatic kill button somehow. Anyway, that's Lord Zedd. Just referencing his putties, no picture of them included for some reason. Zedd. So those are the 4 cards with the Island of Illusion cassette tape from October 1994. And our last set here is the Lord Zedd's Holiday Humbug cassette tape from December of 1994. 4 more cards, a holiday themed set, go figure. This is the one I had as a kid and always wondered if I could get all the cards, but here we got the Blue Ranger Billy. Good old David Yost. Looking fierce in this picture. I mean, everybody else was like smiling in theirs. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go kill some monsters, man. Serious mode. This is Billy kind of losing his glasses and getting kind of more cool and serious. And an in-costume pick on the back. Pretty cool. After being bitten as a kid, what fear did Billy develop? Well, I could probably guess. Well, a fear of fish! Oh crap, I can't guess. He got bit by a fish. He was scared of fish. I didn't know that. Well, you learn something every day. But anyway, this is the card I've owned like all my life, and I didn't know that. There's the Blue Ranger. Here's where things get a little interesting, because finally got the Black Ranger card, and by this time, here we go, we have Johnny Bosch here as Adam. We didn't get the cool studio pick of the original Black Ranger, old Walter. So I guess these cassette tapes kind of taking place during kind of a transitional time there on the show. What town does Adam come from? Oh, Stone Canyon. Yeah, I do remember the 3 coming from Stone Canyon. But kind of an incomplete set in a way, because we don't just have the original Black Ranger with his picture skipped to Adam here. And here we get a second Red Ranger with old Steve here as Rocky. And we'll see later we didn't get a second Yellow Ranger card for Aisha at all either. So missing Aisha, so we don't have a complete set of the new Rangers. But we don't have a complete set of the old Rangers either. So choices were made with this set here. But nice close-up pick on the back. What are the first 2 monsters that Rocky had to battle? Wait a minute. He had to fight Silverhorns and Serpentera. Wow, that's a rough first opponent, my friend. That's a giant freaking robot. He fought it? I don't know. That's a loose term. He survived. Wow. Wild trivia on that one. And the last card, Goldar, getting a card. He's got his wings out so it's horizontally displayed instead of vertical. Wow. Ooh, horizontal on the back too, fighting Tommy in his fog room. Of course. Just for the Power Ranger show, this room does not appear in the Japanese footage. Goldar. In which episode did Goldar regain his wings? Well, again, a fuzzy one there, but the first one, Lord Zedd showing up, I believe, The Mutiny, Part 1, Episode 61. Technically regaining his wings, even though he would periodically accidentally appear with his wings prior to that. But there are all the cards from the cassette tapes. There is another tape set called The White Album. No, not that one. May 1995. It has all white Ranger cards, but that one's a little difficult to get a hold of. If I ever get that one, we'll have our own video for that. But for this main set here, we did cover all the Rangers that way, in a sense. And I kind of look at that as its own thing, but I would like to add that white album at some point. But I've been finishing a lot of my card collecting stuff from Power Rangers here. I have videos on all these sets I've gone over. I want to check out the whole playlist of videos, seeing all the other cards I've collected. A lot of ones I had as a kid, and some I just had to hunt down new because I never got to have them. Generally, I open up old toy stuff and action figures, but I do like a few detours here and there with little things like the trading cards or the spin fighters. Ooh, don't get me started on spin fighters.